H is not going to hire you. If he was going to bring you back, he would have done it already.
Straight up, straight up. But I will say though that one diva, she wants to get back on TV and in a big way. Well, she finally got her dream. She put it out there along with Bayley. Natalya says she wants to see a weekly all-women's wrestling show. Well, you get an Evolution too. But she was saying, I think we could do that in WWE. There are so many talented women. No. No. The only women's wrestling show that you should have is Total Divas, and that's it. That's the only women's wrestling show that I advocate for because it doesn't have any women's wrestling on it. That's why.
Well, and not only that, but has she not heard of the show Wow Women of Wrestling? I mean, it's like there is that.
It's probably a step down for her, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's probably a step down, you know. But no, Natalya's very full of herself. But so is another woman who on the main roster who Punk just loves. And I love, this is how it went down between her and Dominic. So she goes ahead and gives chicken nuggets to Dominic. So he says, "Oh, cheap ass nugs from a cheap ass hoe." So then she says, "Pinche armagada hating ass." So I love it that Dom got nuggets from her and just insulted her right away. This is the type of hatred Dominic has for CM Punk. He knows how close they are, so he disses the shit out of her just to piss Punk off.
Good.
It's hard not to like a little bit of him. It's hard not to like a little bit of Dominic, you know?
He's getting better. He's getting a lot better. I mean, he's getting a lot better. I'll put it that way. But yeah, it's he did what needed to be done because this fucking boring but cute little bitch needs to be put in her place and let it be known that yeah, you may be fucking CM Punk, but you ain't hot shit.
No, you ain't at all. It don't matter if McDonald's is giving you your own Rocks box that CM Punk eats out all night long every day. He'll fucking get 20 of those. He loves eating out Rocks' box, so
yeah.
He's gonna be on that
bring
shit.
that Rocks box over here. Yeah.
In no time at all. In no time at all, they got that shit. So good for Roxanne. She's getting her McDonald's opportunities on. You know what, though? I will say one guy who passed on a huge WWE opportunity is a fucking idiot is Josh Alexander. So he had an opportunity to appear on NXT programming when he was with TNA. They approached him, and he's like, nah, I don't want to work with my tag team partner in the North. I don't want to do that. You know, he's like, then there was one offer on the table for me to do a big run and then wrestle for the title on a pay-per-view instead of Deliver. I think that's what it was. I actually turned that down because it just didn't fit what my goals were coming into contract time and stuff like that when negotiations coming up. I think from my perspective, I can't speak for everybody in the locker room at times. Mutually beneficial for sure. I mean, when you put somebody like Joe Henry or anybody else, blah, 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 blah. So what he's trying to say is that, yeah, I passed up on a big opportunity to go get paid six figures and wrestle for nobody. Good for you, man. You know, if you want to pass up on fame to get paid more, I don't admonish people anymore for doing that shit. No, I think that he could have been a bigger star in NXT, but you know what? You do with your career and make money with it.
So. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can't shit on him for that. I mean, he's trying to raise he's got like kids and a wife, so like he's got to do what he's got to do for his family, and he may not have because Josh is like 34, 35.
I mean, he looks like he's like 56, but yeah, nah, he's a very battle hardened veteran, you know, that needs to take that nice cushy job at this point. So I can't blame him, you know.
I don't blame him. Yeah, get your money, man. Get it while you can. But yeah, so for him, get paid. Fuck NXT.
Straight up. Well, you know though, and somebody who is doing everything he can to get paid nowadays is Kevin Nash, who recently said this about Rhea Ripley.
Rhea's so athletic. Rhea looks like she could go up against probably 50% of the male roster. Oh, man. I don't think I'm drunk enough.
I'm surprised he didn't throw up after that. What? How much are you getting paid to say insane shit like this? Like, Rhea has shown that she struggles lifting up 110 pound Japanese girls. Like, how the fuck is she gonna fight men? 200-plus pound men. Come on.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to get that fat fucking Legends deal, man. You know, you gotta suck some Rhea dick.
She's got a lot to go around, it seems. But, yeah, that's the whole thing going on with Rhea. It's just, you know, these divas, man, they get everything handed to them. They never get told that any of their ideas are shit. That's the biggest problem. They get told to just, you go out and do what you gotta do, girl. You showcase your talent or lack thereof. Which is why Naomi is doing this shit. razor blades in your hair, and all she does is just lightly tries to brush it back and slices her fingers open. It's like karma. Karma has a way of working with stupid people, and I'm glad that it worked with her like that. She's like, I'm gonna look so fucking badass. No, you look like a fucking retard, so there it is. The way it is. Oh, wow, that is just so stupid. But I will say, though, that somebody who's very stupid, you might not have heard of him, is a guy from Ring of Honor from back in the day. His name is Eric Konreich. You may recognize the guy, maybe not, but he said, I think it's time I tell the story of the night Bryan Danielson ruined my life. So he was telling this sob story about his first time working over in Germany. He's from Ring of Honor, and he was there with Seth Rollins. And they're both like video game playing geeks at the time, don't drink, perfectly straight edge, you know. And so as soon as they land and touch ground, you know, they get a few minutes of shut-eye before Daniel Bryan comes in. And he's like, all right, we're going to the club. And he's like, basically pulling the veteran card, like, you got to come to the club with me. So Daniel Bryan is just having a good time. He's drinking with whores, you know, just getting drunk off his ass, and even looking at them like, hey, you fucking pieces of shit, have a good time with me, you know, be lucky that I'm inviting you out for a time. I'm Daniel Bryan. And they're just like, how dare he? How dare he? He's like, oh, we even had trouble getting in. The bouncer stopped us because they thought I had a mohawk and I was going to look like trouble. Like, dude, you do not look like trouble. You look like you suck off the dude on the left. You do not look like, you don't look like a tough dude. You look like a gay dude. Just saying. But it's like, here's a situation that they were just making shit up. And then the whole time, the guys just stood there, just standing around like a bunch of sore thumbs, didn't try to hit on anybody because they're probably gay. Meanwhile, they admonish Daniel for having a good time. He'd look at me with that shit-eating grin of his. He was reveling in our misery, so much that he demanded he use my digital camera to take a picture of me.
Oh, for God's sake.
What a fucking crybaby. Like, why would you think that you would get sympathy for a story like this? I would look at a guy like this and be like, no wonder you're not signed to the big leagues. No wonder nobody's heard of you.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with this fucking whiny bitch ass. I mean, come on. Take the fucking opportunity to party with Daniel Bryan when you got it. I mean, it's right there. Take it.
He's a legend, and who knows? Maybe you have a beer or two and you actually loosen up and stop being a stick in the mud. But you know, that's what they do on the indies. They're all straight edge video game playing dorks now. Way it is. But I will say though that you know, it just too much marks going on. Too much marks going on in the industry, and you know what? Let's go ahead and show you some wrestling fans being idiots. I think it's time for that. Let's go ahead and go over to that. But you know what, JC? I want you to go ahead and explain to the fans. I want you to tell them what's going on right now with SmackDown, and it's just lack of direction, if you could.
All right, so with SmackDown, it is just fucking boring as fuck. And, you know, when it comes to the ratings, so when we talk about the ratings, all I'm going to say before we do the ratings rundown is it hit its second lowest rating of all time. So we're in this massive boom era. We're in this gigantic, massive boom era, and we're hitting record lows in the ratings. So for people who don't know, the Wyatt Six returned. They returned in the main event, and they took out, like, I think Gargano and Ciampa and somebody else. Yeah, and then they ended it. So they ended. They have the cake for Bray Wyatt in the ring, and that's how they end the show. But what they made sure to do, of course, is one, bleep out the crowd saying "holy shit, holy shit." So it ruined the fucking final part, and then at the end you see right there at the bottom, Paul Levesque and Lee Fitting. They got to have their names on that fucking thing. So yeah, it was a dog shit SmackDown. It did a horrible. Well, that was that. But the SmackDown before it did the horrible number. This SmackDown, I'm imagining, is probably going to be like a 1.6, 1.7, probably a 1.7. I would imagine, you know, with the return of the Wyatt Six. So yeah, it was a fucking dog shit SmackDown. I saw bits and pieces of it. I couldn't sit through the whole fucking thing. So, you know,
can't blame you, man. I'm wrestling fans being in it. So it started out with Dave, who has argued with everybody now in the industry, and now he's arguing with AI. So Grok said the decline in ratings on Netflix in 2025 likely stems from multiple factors. Viewership dropped 35% in the U.S. with the May 12th episode at 2.7 million global views. They said our debut was 5.9, not 4.9. Also, 5.9 million was a legit number. 2.7 million would be only legit anniversary nobody watched live, and we know that's not the case. He's arguing with AI now. This is where it's gone to.
Oh God, Dave, come on! Like he's really arguing with Grok.
Straight up.
I know a little bit more than Grok. Excuse me. Like I know everything about everything. Okay, like you can take my word for it.
Dave, come on.
They need a rip-off Grok account called Melts. He just ask Melts, and he just gives advice and shit. Oh, it's right there. I tell you though, I'm sorry, go for it.
I don't know. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, but you know what? These fans, they hate Austin. They hate The Rock. They think that they sucked. So SJ13 said Reigns 2021-22 is one of the highest peaks in wrestling ever. And Diaz said, oh, I'm sorry, but neither Austin nor Rock reached the levels that Roman reached during this time.
Oh my God.
287 likes, 226 retweets. Wow.
They didn't
Crazy.
reach the- I mean, ignore the fact that both The Rock and Austin, but even back then, were popular, not just in wrestling, but just in pop culture in general. Like Roman Reigns never really broke through to the mainstream like Austin and Rock did. So I don't know what the fuck DS Starboy is going on about, but whatever.
Nah, he's not in the right spot. But you know what? These fans, they don't want to consider what could happen in the future, you know, because they're considering, oh, you know, it could be WrestleMania could be in London, but then again, it could be in Saudi Arabia. You'll still watch it, you crying bitch, you crying British whore. You'll still watch it and you'll love it, and you'll suck its dick because they'll have Gunther win some shitty title, or Johnny Gargano have a high moment, a feel good moment, and you'll love it, and you'll say, wow, for a Saudi show, it actually wasn't too bad. So what are you crying about?
Well, why are they blaming Triple H for Triple H does not do the fucking the business decisions. He's not working out he's a fucking booker monkey. He's not making the fucking business deals. Hey, WrestleMania, why don't you go after TKO? I can't believe I'm saying that. I normally urge people to fucking go after Triple H, but no, they go after TKO for this one.
And that's what we were saying in our previous special, if you get a chance to check it out, where we talk about TKO's greediness, is for the longest time they were having such a hard time even naming Triple H as the culprit. It was always WWE Creative or Bruce Pritchard or somebody else. And now finally we have a situation where they're finally putting blame on Triple H for the right things, but they're also leaving out all the shit that TKO's doing. They're very slow to this shit. You'll find that these fans are extremely slow. They'll eventually get it, but it takes some time. And WrestleMania, you know, their clickbait account, they're no different. So it is what it is. I will say, though, that these fans, man, they deserve to get blasted sometimes. And